Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Blackwell. I'm here with Ron Stevens with the Fat Drunk and Stupid Barbecue team. And Ron, you're cooking up something great for us again today.
I am. We're back in the Bama-Q kitchen today, and I got a really special recipe today. It's Compart Pulled Pork Tamale Pie.
Oh my goodness.
So, you know, as barbecue guys, we get asked an awful lot about what do you do with all your leftovers. You got leftover pork, you got leftover brisket. We're fortunate enough to cook Compart pork.
Yes,
and
it's the best.
So, you know, we cook an awful lot of it, and so we always are looking for recipes to do something with that extra pork.
Yeah.
So, hence the tamale pie. And I got to give props to my buddy Nathan Reed in Marianna, Arkansas, who turned me on to this recipe. We duck hunt together. He's an amazing cook. And I've got everything here to put this recipe together today, and we're going to do it.
Awesome. It sounds good. I can't wait to try it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what we're going to end up with, we're going to cook with cast iron again, like I like to do. So we've got some oil and some butter going over here.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the Holy Trinity, which is equal parts onion, bell pepper, and celery. We're going to put this right in here.
This little white onion?
Yep.
All right.
Kind of like a Vidalia, like a sweet onion.
A sweet onion.
Yep.
Okay.
So what we're going to end up with is we're going to end up basically with a cornbread bottom, filling in the middle, and then a cornbread top. Now the cornbread has also got some cheddar cheese in it, and it's got some green chilies in there. And we're just using, I mean, I'm all about easy, right? Jiffy cornbread muffin mix. Kind of just follow the directions on the package. So we're going to go ahead and get these peppers and onions and celery kind of sweated in.
Cooked up, yep.
Yep. And
softened up a little bit.
Yep. Back here on the Oklahoma Joe, I've got our other cast iron skillet in there getting hot.
Good.
We're going to go ahead and get our cornbread mixture in there and get it started. Okay. So basically we got that going. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add some garlic to that.
All right.
So about a tablespoonful of garlic.
Okay.
I'm going to throw that off in there. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit more.
Oh, that smells so good.
I like a little bit more garlic.
Yes, me too. I
don't know that you can ever put too much garlic and stuff. Heck, I don't know. Maybe you can. All right, so we got that kind of working.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look at this and see where we're at. That is not looking bad. A couple minutes on that. So let's talk about this pulled pork for a minute.
Yes.
So this is about 1.5 pounds of pulled pork.
Okay.
It's already been shredded and it's ready to go. So once these right here kind of cook down a little bit, we're going to add some tomato sauce, tomato paste. We've got some diced tomatoes, and we've got some kernel corn. Yeah.
Okay.
So we kind of drained all of that.
Got them all drained out. Did you drain your tomatoes?
I did. I did.
Okay.
And so we're going to use about 12 ounces of the sauce. We're going to use a couple tablespoons full of some tomato paste in here.
Okay.
And this is what we've got right here, about 12 ounces of sauce. We're going to use this whole can of some diced tomatoes.
Yeah.
So we're basically going to get all of our veggies in here and get everything kind of cooking down. We're going to take this pulled pork and kind of fold it in last.
Okay.
Bring it up to temp really good, and then we've got something else that Nathan recommended using is taco seasoning.
How about that?
Now you could buy the chili powder and you could buy the cumin and all the other ingredients that are in this package, but he's like me. He's all about easy, so we're just going to use some taco seasoning.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is still kind of working here, and these are coming along really nice.
Nice.
Yep. Let that cook down just a little bit more before we add some more to it.
So you can just, any leftover shredded or pulled pork, you can just about have it ripped up to about any particular size?
Yeah, really? Just like you would pull pork.
Yeah, about an inch.
Yeah,
or so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's set this back over out of our way.
Right.
And I am going to go ahead and, while that's cooking there, I'm going to go ahead and get this out. And kind of what we've done here.
You look like you got something in there.
I do. I got another piece of cast iron in here. And so what we're going to do is we can just set that right up here.
Is that oil? Or
it is oil that I've had in there getting it hot. You know, kind of like, you know, your oven at home. You kind of want to get that grease in there first and get it kind of good and hot. And that kind of keeps your cornbread from sticking.
All right.
So what we want to do next is I want to get that scraper, yes ma'am. And we're going to put just part of this mixture in the bottom of here.
About half, would you say? Half your
Yeah,
mixture?
probably about half.
Oh, look at that. It's bubbling already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That tells me that that grease is kind of good and hot. And what we want to try to do is we're just going to spread that out.
Okay.
This is going to be the bottom part
Yeah.
of our cornbread mixture. And we're just going to kind of move it around until we kind of get it like we like it.
Spread out, cover the whole, the bottom of it.
Yeah, and it'll, you know,
It'll cook
gravity's
out.
kind of going to
Yeah.
spread it out on its own a little bit. So there's the start of it.
Okay.
And while that's kind of working, we're going to take this and
Put it
throw
back
it back
there.
in the Oklahoma Joe. It's reading about 430 degrees, which is going to be pretty good.
And you're kind of going to offset with it?
I didn't put it directly over the heat. I kind of
Okay.
went offset just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and just set a timer for probably about 10 minutes on that cornbread, and let it start doing its thing. So we'll put that right there.
All right.
And then I'm going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit more. And then this stuff's got to cook down. Starting to get some goodness going in there.
Yep, it's getting a little brown. And you got some cheddar cheese there?
I do. So after we add in some of these other vegetables in here and all of our seasoning, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that cheddar cheese on top before we put the rest of our cornbread mix on there.
Oh, so the cheese goes on before that. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of little cheddar cheese on there. So that's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of some hardened seasoning to what we've got going on over here. And if you can grab me that SPG from over there.
Okay.
You know, I like this hardened seasoning on everything there is.
There you go.
I haven't found anything that it's bad on.
Oh, it is delicious.
And so this is just some equal parts salt, pepper, garlic.
Okay.
Gonna add a little bit of that in there. And there we go. Got that taken care of.
Oh, it's cooking down pretty well.
It is. Those onions are starting to get, you know, kind of clear, kind of translucent. That bell pepper's tendering up. So is that celery.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and add in just a few more items here. Going to add in a little bit of tomato paste, about 2 tablespoons full.
Okay.
Add that in.
Tablespoons.
I don't really exactly measure anything, Lisa.
Right.
You know that.
You eyeball it.
I
Yep.
do. About 12 ounces of corn.
Okay.
Going to add that in. We got some tomato sauce. Going to add that in.
Going with the whole can?
Yeah, about 12 ounces.
Okay.
We got some diced tomatoes here, and I'm going to get a little bit more of this
More
juice off.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just added quite a bit of liquid to that. Some diced tomatoes. 12 ounces of that. And then in this, I have got some about a teaspoon of Tabasco and about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
gonna add this in.
Tabasco and Worcestershire.
Yep. And then
Sounds like a good
if you got our
little kick to
well,
it.
I tell you what, I've just got a spoon right over there that I'll get. Just
You
one of
want
those
this?
regular tablespoons.
There, oh, no. Here. This good?
There we go.
Okay,
Perfect.
there you go.
And this is just some barbecue
The
sauce.
good stuff, right?
Yes. This is some good barbecue sauce.
Ah, what kind of
Secret-
barbecue sauce, or is it your special blend?
It's actually some that's actually some Heath Ryle sweet sauce.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of his sauce,
Okay.
and I really like it.
Heath
So
Ryle sweet sauce. Okay,
Yep.
so sweeter barbecue sauce.
it's a sweet barbecue sauce. So now, kind of what we got here is just kind of got all of this that's going to start kind of cooking down a little bit. Let that cook down some.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and get a little bit of this out of the way. And the last thing we're going to add to this is going to be that pulled pork.
When do you add your taco seasoning?
Here in just a minute, once all that kind of gets all meshed in together.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of clear out a little bit of space here for us.
Tidy up. You want these out of here too?
Sure.
Okay.
Get those moved over. And
There you go.
so all we got left is this and the pork.
I think it's great to know other recipes that you can use your pulled pork in, because you guys do end up with
Absolutely.
a lot of it after competition, especially if you cook a couple butts.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Oh, how's that coming up?
It's looking really good.
Yeah, it's rising.
It's coming on up.
Yeah.
So we don't want to go too much with that.
Right.
So we're coming up on almost 5 minutes with it. So we're gonna give it just a few more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in some more stuff. Let me give this one more mix. Can you open that other pack for me?
Sure.
There we go. So we're going to add in this taco seasoning. You get her? Sometimes they get a little bit hard to get open.
That always works for me.
Ta-da!
That's
Yes.
my little secret at
Okay.
home. Okay.
All right. So we've added in that
There
taco
you go.
seasoning. And we're going to give this another little mix.
How's it smelling?
Smells really good, doesn't it?
Oh, that smells wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That smells really good.
And it's starting to thicken up just a little bit, which is good.
Yeah, definitely. It's thickening up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're just going to start adding in some of this pulled pork here at the end. Okay. And you always want to just come back in and kind of crumble it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had this. I had this pork in a bag, and I had it in the refrigerator. And it was kind of cold, and I thought, well, set it out and let it try to get up to room temp as best we can.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go.
So did that pulled pork have any other seasoning in it from
Well, just
when you cooked it before?
yeah, just competition seasoning. You know, whatever it is that we generally use for contests.
Yeah.
You know, that was some award-winning pork. Actually,
really?
yeah, that was.
That almost qualifies this to be an award-winning tamale pie.
Absolutely.
You hope so, anyway.
I hope so. Yes, I do. Just gonna kind of mix this all around in here really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get it all in there together.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job of mixing it up there. I don't see anything flying over the edge.
Can you tell I've done this before?
Yeah.
These are like my favorite tongs. I couldn't even tell you where I got these at, but I've got 2 pairs of them somehow. And these are the real deal.
Those are your favorites. Okay.
Yes, they are. So
Well,
we got our pork all kind of mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to let that kind of sit there for just a few minutes. It doesn't take it very long for it to come up to temperature. I'm going to check this out real quick. Oh, yeah. That's coming right along.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, we're going to let that go for just another minute or two, and then we'll bring that up here and set that up, and then we'll get our other one out, and
Yeah.
we'll spoon off our mixture into there,
Okay.
and then we'll be in really good shape.
Good.
Yep. Let's see, we've been almost 8 minutes in there on the cornbread inside of the Oklahoma Joe.
Okay. Oh, it's coming along.
It is, isn't it?
Puff it up there.
Looks really nice. The consistency is starting to get kind of where I want it, because you don't want it really runny.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's going to be thicker.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what we want. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and shut that off.
So does your friend that you go duck hunting with, does he ever try to do this with duck?
I don't think he's ever done it with
Wonder if you could do it with
duck before. I wouldn't put
Take a
anything
lot of duck.
past him. He is an amazing cook.
Yeah.
Yes, and he, you know, he's he always thinks outside the box. So this was just one of those recipes. I just happened to leave him some Pulled Pork over there the last time I was hunting, and he sent me a picture. He said, "This is what I did with it." And I'm like, "Man, that looks good. I got to try it." So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get ready to do the rest of this.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and take this out, and we kind of got to start on the bottom of this already pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's the start of what we're doing. And I tell you what, Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and close this down because I don't want to lose any heat.
Yeah, don't lose any heat.
There we go.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is, I mean, look at that.
Look at that. Oh, that looks wonderful.
Looks really nice. And I probably could have gone with a little bit bigger cast iron skillet, but this is just kind of what we had here today. And this is what we're going to run with, you know.
So this is what, 10-inch?
This is a 10 1/4.
Okay.
The other one that I've got the ingredients in is a 12-inch.
Yeah.
But we're
Maybe
just
a
going to,
12-inch would have.
yep, so we're just going to take that.
You got a lot of filling.
But you know what? I can take what's left over, and I could probably freeze this right here, and then in about 2 weeks I could make this again.
Sure.
Right? So we're going to go with pretty much what we got right there. And we're going to come right back over the top of it with what's left of our mixture.
There you go.
There we go. I'm going to give that just a little bit of a stir. And we're going to come right over the top of this. And we're going to get every bit of this out of here we can.
Yeah, we'll get as much as
And
possible.
I'm going to kind of smooth it all over on here as best I can. Yep. It's kind of like icing a cake a little bit, Lisa, you know?
Isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit,
You
but
don't want to pull that cake up, but
yeah, just got to be careful with what you're working with here.
Gentle, gentle. Yeah.
Yep, there we go. We're going to bring that around. And it's not going to matter if a little bit of that is exposed on the edge.
Yeah. Don't necessarily have to take it right to the edge, huh?
Right. We're going to just have a nice little cornbread crust on top of this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take this and put it back in this Oklahoma Joe on about 400 degrees, and it's going to cook for probably about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we're going to do that, and then we'll check back in about a half hour.
That's right, and we get to have some then. Can't wait to try it.
Okay.
So, Ron, is that about ready for us to try?
Yeah, it's been about 30 minutes. I think we're ready to get it out of the Oklahoma Joe and see what we got.
All right.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Yes, let's do it.
Wow. I wish you would look at that.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
That looks great. Look
It
at the
does
steam coming off of
looks
that.
really good, doesn't it? All right. Well, I think what we're going to do now is go ahead and plate a little bit of it up.
Okay.
See what we got.
That looks amazing.
Well, we know the toppings are really good because we've been eating all those, right? So
Yeah.
now we've added another
Don't
little
tell anybody.
portion to all of this, right? So I'm really hoping that with my trusty spatula skills, I can maybe get this out of here without making too big of a mess. Get this plate over this way just a little bit.
The first piece is always the hardest.
The first one is.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
There we
I'm
go.
going to set that right there. And we're going to go with that, Lisa. What do you think?
Yeah.
How about that? Ow.
That looks good. Oh,
Yep.
that looks absolutely delicious.
So there we go. That is a Compart Pulled Pork Tamale Pie, courtesy of Nathan Reed, Marietta, Arkansas.
And we thank you, Nathan, because we sampled the middle and it is awesome. So
I
we
know
can't
this
wait
is gonna
to
be
try
good.
it all together. Yes. Well, we hope you really enjoyed the recipe today.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's been great, and we're going to try it. In fact, you know what? Can I try a little bit right now? Or
You
think
sure
it's
can.
Too hot?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
try.
going to be really hot.
I might burn a couple taste buds off.
She
here.
might. It's
Oh,
going to be
no.
hot. Going to be okay? Good stuff?
Mmm,
Awesome.
it's awesome.
That'll feed the whole family right there.
Oh, you've got to try this. It's fabulous. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Cooking with Bama-Q.